Welcome to the Lake Ave Radio Show. It's your boy Lake Ave Reefy. Don't keeping it 100 with everybody else with a bullshit you around. Today, we talking about prison reform and the government's alleged new practice that they want to start. They didn't start it, I believe, but they looking into starting it. Um, and people say this concept was already thought about in the movie Minority Report. Put microchips in prisoners' brains. Um, so the government right now, they've been talking about it for some people say 2 years. For my research, 11 years now. They've brought the concept up. As you know, Elon Musk, he did allege the first brain neural research practice, where there's a black guy running around with a microchip in his head. So they can do it, and they talking about doing it. What do you feel about that? Let me know what y'all feel about that. For those that been to prison, for those that got family members in prison, um, if you reading if you reading the title and the live, you will see the question I asked you. Uh, the question was, if you or a family member was able to do 7 minutes instead of 20 years in prison, would you apply for it under one condition? You have to let the government put a microchip in your brain for kind of Cognify science research, mental control over your criminology, operating mind. Um, I gave an incident where, let's say you in a car crash that end up in road rage, end up in a car crash. You get out, you end up fighting somebody, you get the best of them, you unalive that person, right? You get locked up, the police offer you 20 years. They say instead of 20 years, you could do 7 minutes. You're like, 7 minutes? How? They say, okay, we got this new program for inmates we want to study. And within a program, we got to put a microchip in your brain. Uh, this microchip is going to let you go through all the system symptoms of pain, trial and tribulation that your victim went through, your victim family went through. Uh, it's part of your rehabilitation. Would you take and do the 7 minutes and get a microchip in your brain? Or would you say, you know what? I'm going to do the 20 years. That's the question. To get more into the discussion, I got a video I want to play to give you more insight. Check this out.
has come up with a futuristic prison concept called Cognify. It would implant synthetic memories of a crime from the victim's perspective into a criminal's brain.
Imagine waking up tomorrow with a lifetime of memories that don't belong to you. Memories of pain you never lived through, regret you never earned, and years spent behind bars, yet only minutes have passed in the real world. This isn't the plot of a science fiction movie. It's the blueprint for a concept called Cognify Prison, a futuristic idea that could replace years of incarceration with implanted memories designed to reform criminals in the blink of an eye. But what would it actually mean to serve time inside your own mind? And more importantly, what dark consequences might come with outsourcing justice to machines? To answer that, we need to look at how Cognify was imagined, what it promises, and why it terrifies ethicists and psychologists alike. And as you'll see, the scariest part isn't the technology, it's what it could turn society into if we let it happen. Section 1, the birth of a radical idea. Cognify Prison was first introduced by futurist and filmmaker Hashim Al-Gaeli. His vision was simple on the surface. Instead of locking offenders in a concrete cell for decades, why not use advanced AI and neural implants to make them believe they've served that time? The memories would be tailored to instill empathy, remorse, and even the victim's perspective. In minutes, the system claims a criminal could walk away reformed. But here's the open loop. The very thing that makes Cognify sound efficient could also unravel what it means to be human. To understand that, we need to step inside the mechanics of how this memory-based prison would supposedly work. Section 2, how Cognify works. The process begins with a neural headset that scans a prisoner's brain, mapping out the key pathways where memories and emotions.
Yo, so that means these motherfuckers already been doing it. Cause they're not going to show. Like I said, if you've seen the movie Minority Report, go check that out if you did. It talks about and show everything that they talking about now. You know, they always put a movie out to show you exactly what they're gonna do. So if they talking about doing this or thinking about doing this, that means they already experimented on prisoners.
Are stored. AI then generates a tailored memory sequence, often simulating the impact of the crime from the victim's eyes. Once implanted, these artificial experiences feel as real as any memory of childhood or heartbreak. The prisoner doesn't just remember committing the crime, they feel the weight of guilt, the sting of consequences, and the isolation of years in a cell. Yet all of this happens in less time than a coffee break. Sounds efficient, right? But efficiency in punishment has always come with a hidden cost. And the deeper you dig, the more disturbing the ethical traps become. Section 3, the promise of efficiency. Supporters of Cognify highlight 3 massive benefits. First, cost. Traditional prisons drain billions each year in food, staffing, and security. With Cognify, the expenses shrink to the price of a headset and an hour.
See, that's where the problem won't come at, because you really think the prison system gonna lose money not having no prisoners to work in their sweatshops, you know, the do they manual work? You think they're gonna risk the body just letting people go? I don't think so.
Algorithm. Second, time. Instead of spending decades warehoused in institutions, individuals could return to society almost immediately, supposedly reformed. Third, empathy. If criminals can literally feel what their victims went through, wouldn't that stop them from repeating their actions? It all sounds like a win-win solution, but efficiency in justice has never been the same as fairness. And this is where Cognify reveals its darker side. Because if memories can be implanted, then so can manipulation. Section 4.
See, that's the problem. Let's keep it real. Will a black man get treated? Will a black poor man get treated fairly as a white rich man that commit the same crime? Would they implant the same memory, the same penalty mentally as the white man as they do the poor black man? I mean, let's keep it real.
Question of consent. One of the first dilemmas is consent. Would criminals agree to undergo Cognify, or would it be forced upon them as a sentence? If it's voluntary, then hardened offenders might refuse, sticking with traditional prison. But if it's mandatory, then society faces a chilling reality: the state controlling what goes inside your mind. Section 5. Identity on the brink. Neuroscientists often argue that we are our memories. They shape our beliefs, relationships, and sense of self. If Cognify implants artificial experiences, then who is the person walking out afterward? Is it the same individual who went in, or a synthetic version sculpted by code? This opens a philosophical.
See, I mean, we got David in the comments. Hey DJ man, what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Let's give you the scenario. You in a road rage incident, you get into a fist fight, you hit the person, they fall, hit their head, you're unalive. The judge give you 20 years. They say you can do the 20 years, or you can do this Cognify research when we put a microchip in your brain and do 7 minutes and be released. They explain to you, if you get criminal thoughts, you'll go through these symptoms that make you see your victim's pain. Is to reform you. Would you take the 7 minutes, or would you refuse and just do your time? That's the question for the night. Me personally, I'll do my time, because it's like if you get the chip, you in prison for life anyway, because now the government controls your every move, every thoughts. I feel they can shut you down when they want to. You have no control. Yeah, this is crazy, man.
Philosophical crisis. Should someone be held responsible for crimes committed by a version of themselves that in a sense no longer exists? And if memories can be erased or replaced, what happens to accountability itself? But before we answer that, let's take a step back, because this isn't the first time societies have experimented with altering minds in the name of justice. Section 6. Echoes of history. The Cognify concept might sound futuristic, but the idea of reforming criminals through the mind has a long, unsettling past. In the mid-20th century, some governments tested extreme methods like electroshock therapy, chemical castration, and forced psychological conditioning
I
on
knew it, I said
prisoners. These experiments were often justified as rehabilitation, but in reality, they left lasting trauma. Section 7. Bias in the machine. AI is only as fair as the data it learns from. If sentencing algorithms already show racial and socioeconomic bias, imagine what happens when those same flaws are embedded into memory implantation. A wealthy white-collar criminal might receive a mild memory sequence, while a poor offender of color could endure an artificially exaggerated nightmare. Section 8. Beyond the prison walls. What if Cognify wasn't just for prisoners?
Yo, you notice how they said a white collar criminal, and then they basically said or black poor criminal, like white collar mean white motherfuckers. Crazy, bro.
What if corporations used it for workplace discipline, forcing employees to experience failure until they comply? Or authoritarian states rewired citizens to embrace loyalty. Once memory implantation becomes normalized, the technology could be sold as a shortcut for everything from education to therapy to military obedience. And when control of memory becomes a business model, who decides what version of reality people live in? This is where the line between justice and dystopia fully collapses. But as alarming as that sounds, there's another layer to explore: the psychological toll on the very people it's supposed to reform. Section 9. Psychological fallout. Even if Cognify succeeds in implanting memories, the aftermath could be devastating. Psychologists warn of trauma, hallucinations, and fractured identities. Section 10. The seduction of control. The answer lies in control. For centuries, societies have struggled to balance punishment with compassion, deterrence with dignity.
You know what's crazy? Shout out to YO, man. Shout out to Najee, man. Remember I was locked up with Najee, maybe in 99, man. G Unit. And he said he was the first motherfucker that the government put a microchip in his arm and shit. I never took it serious. I said he just talking, but seeing this shit remind me of what he said, man. And that was over 25 years ago. He talked about microchips being in his arm and shit. Crazy, man. Shout out to King Marv Star. Yeah, this is crazy, man. King Marv Star. Let's say you're on your way to work. Somebody cut you off. You get into road rage. You get into a fist fight. You end up hitting that person and unaliving them. You get locked up. At your sentencing, the judge tell you can either do 20 years or you can do our new program where we put a microchip, artificial intelligence in your brain and make you go through treatment in 7 minutes and you can be released. What option you gonna take? Let me know in the comments.
Cognify promises a shortcut, a neat technological fix to the messy business of human behavior. It's seductive because it offers the illusion that we can engineer morality, package empathy, and eliminate crime without the hard work of social reform. Conclusion: the future we must choose. Cognify Prison is still only an idea. No lab has built it, no government has approved it, and no criminal has yet walked away with decades of fake memories stitched into their mind. but that doesn't mean we can ignore it. Concepts like this don't stay on the drawing board forever. They either die in obscurity or they spark movements that reshape entire societies. The real question isn't whether Cognify could work, it's whether we should allow it to. Because once we trade in natural memory for synthetic morality, we may never get back what makes us truly human. And that's why the story of Cognify isn't just about prisons. It's about the fragile line between innovation and control, between justice and manipulation, and between a future we choose and one that's chosen for us. If you found this information as thought-provoking as I did, and you...
Hey, check it out. That mean right now, it already exists. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna lay it on us. And you know, unfortunately, there's a lot of fools out there, man, that's gonna take the bait. You know, they're gonna fall for it. You know, that's just the reality we live in, man. Hey, shout out to Quintessence. She throwing Porch Fest this Friday. The West Side Community Center that's in Asbury Park, New Jersey, 115 Dewood Avenue. The West Side Community Center, 115 Dewood Avenue, Asbury Park, New Jersey. This Friday, 24th, they're having Porch Fest, hosted by Quintessence, thrown by Wise Words Youth Entertainment or Enterprise, I think, presents Porch Fest, Music Community Culture, Friday, July 24th, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Westside Community Center, like I said, 115 Dewood Avenue. DJ Turner, hosted by Quintessence. Performers, you're going to have SJ Dub. You're going to have, what is that? Murder Prince, Trey Vox, Fresh to God, Barbara Ducci, Drea, what's that? H Book, Alina, Tim the Bass Kid, Little Boy Ray J, RJ, Luna Sounds, Nick Westbrook. It's going to be, I think that's like a podcast or something like that. Pause Topic, Enlighten, what is that? Moment, 10 minutes. They're going to have vendors. Fresh to God Clothing going to be there. Life Juice is going to be there. Bring your chairs. It's going to have food. Food will be there, will be available for sale. And you can reach the sponsors, 732. You can reach the contact at 732-851-3446. Y'all check that out. Friday the 24th. It's going to be fire. Speaking of fire, we got some music to get into, man. Shout out to the Jet Montega was on here last Sunday, held it down fire. Can we pull up, play some videos before we get out of here? Yeah, he held it down, man. A lot of people like this work, like this music. Said it was fire. Let's get into Jet Montega, Piano's Pain. Let's get into this.
A nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle.
You are now listening to Soundscapes by
One of the
Cinematic.
ball playing niggas,
The saga begins. I write you pages of the drama within. Flow great material, graphic, ill with a pen. From an era so golden it was principled in. Dead babies through the 80s, we was latchkey kids. Mother working night shift, who home with the kids? My uncle not a father doing a bit. Most pain and grow internally, it ruins a kid. Too young, we face trauma, broken home where I live. Neglected, alone often with the issues I hid. Who cared? I learned early I was different from men. And my struggles was improvised, I was following Ken through window panes. My viewing of the block was the same. Coke drop, fiends lined up, they calling your name. First beef, I squinted my eyes to clap when I aim. My cousin checks changed the outcome that would've became. For a bullet to leave a barrel, gunpowder and flame. In the name, let's leave anonymous, it's part of the game. Four walls, walk in the yard, glory and fame. Each loss you learn from it, never do it the same. Cause the grind it takes from you, how you mentally drain. Each link will get exposed if it's weak in the chain. Back then, Henny bottles with a grown man's pain. My life, cocaine white, the saga remains. When blood get on the street, hands and wash in the rain. So sick of funerals, rest in peace to a name. More like you lose a rock and watch your family change. J-Page, you don't see him now, the loyalty's strange. I ain't never lost the wife of a brother to name. Line him for a bag to get above him the game. Or put a pistol in the features that his father had gave. Since the days of a ball fade to find my waves. 5 mics for a debut, a quotable page. Bright lights at Count Basie, headlining the same. Had times I sit and wonder, smoke the purplest strain. We connected to Medina as the knowledge was gave. In fact, it felt the true, never sat in the train. Cold crush wouldn't approach it, that's how history's paved. Look at my life, look at my life. You see white coke and black roses, and tears shed for past soldiers. We all walking the path chosen. From the cradle to the casket's lowered. I still got the black ski mask to throw on, but I can get richer from these tracks I flow on. I'll be lying if I said I wasn't hustling no more. Look at my life. Piano's pain, Gaucho's way. 109, vividly. Rulers ink the table.
Bird of magic or something. Yeah, you know a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man? I get love out here in Harlem, man. I done sold coke on these streets, man. Hash, weed, heroin. As long as niggas is feeling it, a nigga like me can hustle it. That's my gift in life, eh? You know?
Fire. That nigga sound like Carl Mega right there. Nigga sound like Carl Mega. That video fire too, man. Shout out to Pay Montega, Jet Montega. Shout out to all the underground rappers, you know, from Asbury Park, Neptune, Red Brick, Long Branch, Freehold, Monmouth County, New Jersey, and all over, man. Underground artists, man. Let's get into this throwback that I came across. Stack Lope freestyle.
Peace 40G. Ramella East. I paint a perfect picture, I'm something you never seen before. Been through the struggle, you never seen the war. Heater on, shit, I'm trying to fight the demons off. Keep the raw, I can cook it if you need it hard. I had to hustle all my life. A master with these numbers, got it low, I cut the price. You niggas ain't nice and auto-tune don't make it sound better. Ain't getting no paper, they just around cheddar. Just a wannabe cats, the hood raised rats. Since a youngin' flip packs and never turned back. Lost a couple brothers, couldn't stomach that. So when you niggas spill blood, you gotta run with that. So for the opposition, got a proposition. Keep them choppers spittin' if a op is slippin'. These niggas hate without a pot to pissin'. If it ain't about that paper, then I drop the mission. I ain't nothing like you fraud niggas. Bitches in HC, fuck a slob nigga. Expose them if he a fake nigga. Never had a problem crushing grapes, nigga. If it's personal, do 'em dirty worse. I carve a pumpkin up like it's the 31st. Nigga, take it how you want it. I've been lately getting blunted, waiting patient if they coming. Say it to your face, that's how I'm coming. My niggas play with bass and get it drumming. Lead the scene of a horror movie. Been son to you niggas, I got father duties. I ain't fall off, shit, I fell back. Keep a strong arm for these frail cats. Loud pack, I ain't held that.
Like I said, man. Like I said, shout out to Monmouth County, New Jersey, man. The flyest artist. If you make music and you want to get an interview, you want to get your music played, holla at me. We do it all. We actually, for the underground artists, we support underground music. That's what we do here on the Late Guy Radio Show. Underground R&B, rap, it don't matter. Rock and roll, whatever. You know. And once again, don't forget about Friday, July 24th, 2 p.m., 6 p.m., 115 Dewood Avenue, Asbury Park, Westside Community Center, Porch Fest. Y'all check that out, man. Take the family over there. Enjoy some free entertainment, man. Do support the vendors, though. There's going to be food out there for sale, clothing, beverages. So check that out. Who else we got? Let's get into some more freestyle before we get out of here. Let's see. Let's get into this Ski Vasquez Turf.
Rolling. Money rolling. I'm out here paper chasing like a track star. Everybody dripping, I'm out here swimming like a lifeguard. Now I ain't just make it, your boy made it real far. I used to sleep on couches and my raps they want a mill for it. I'm that new Nas and Army jackets when he rapping Illmatic. NJ state of mind, with these raps I wreak havoc. I hang around hooligans that only sold crack. Talking real grimy dudes, they'll stab you in your back. They say they real ones, well ain't gonna talk about that. Alpo killed Rich cause he was lying by the pack. I spit that kind of shit that had the streets on flames. Like Doc in the DeLorean, these rappers I be flooring them. I'm fresh like the cleanest, yeah I wash dudes up. I'm a weapon with aggression, I can't get his tool up. We sold drugs forever, all we know is the work. I know some real street niggas, all they know is the turf.
You just bumped into me, so move out my way when you see me coming by.
I hustle sell anything, all we know is the work. My flow make niggas mad, all I know is the hurt. I don't claim to be gangster, but I'm solid as a rock. I'm out here getting paid, you dancing on TikTok. I don't need no new rollie, or no ice on my watch, but I still back the bitch in some Gucci flip-flops.
Hey man, this is God's territory. You got 5 seconds to get off. I tell you, you start counting 5 like a sucker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey man, hey, I think that's the dude, man, that was messing with little boy.
Ski Vasquez with that fire, that heat all the time, man. What else we got? We got the Architect Pride versus Eagle freestyle. And we're going to pull up out of here, man. This was a nice little quick show, man. Hope y'all learned something about your government and the decisions they trying to make for prison alleged reform. Putting a microchip in your brain is crazy, bro. Let's get into this Architect. Shout out to LP, Pride versus Ego.
Sometimes we let our pride get in the way. Ego too. So you know what the name of the song is. On the opposite side, crime-ridden, drug-infested is the way in the hood. Check it, since a youth, acting reckless. Mad felonies resulted in mad years wasted. Now he grown, came home from a stretch in Southwoods, maxed out, headed right back to the same hood, mentally thinking that the town is his. What gives? Dirty game, but he willing to play it. Had a stash in the team that he normally play with, equipped with scanner, iPhone, and a 4/5, stuck revolving door, back doing the same shit. Knew the consequences, but fuck it, no family ties. His mom died when he was 9. To make it worse, Pops wasn't there. Who cares? His motto? Let's get this paper, so the block up, blow haze, pluck ashes on the haters. No remorse, not playing to lose. Living life and serving life. Which one would you choose? Pride versus ego, yo. Pride versus ego. To my people, pride versus ego. Don't let it get you. Pride is gone.
Yo, man, Lake Eye Radio Show. Another good episode. Y'all be safe out there, man. Till the next time. You heard? We out. Salute.